Happy Thursday, everyone. Well, as usual, my spirit team is throwing me a curveball. They're doing that whole guiding me thing without me actually knowing what we're doing or where we're going. It's driving me a little bit crazy. So you guys are along for the ride with me. They have guided me to set this whole stage up, Oracle deck. Kuan Yin's here with us. They have me pull a couple Oracle cards. These cards right here, those two cards, are out of, I've got stacks of 3x5s where I write stuff down on. I channel so much. I'm drowning in information. And so Spirit Team literally guides me through my stacks of 3x5s and shows me exactly what cards they want me talking about. Also, we've got the gateway that's going on today. We're going to start with these two cards. The first one that they had me start with is actually that one right there. You might be going through a 3D money to 5D money transformation. If that was like the anchor card. And then they guided me through, this was a card from some cards I was making in 2021. And it's the card about the multiplying points at the release, receive, release of the universal clockwork. And I know that doesn't mean anything to you. I will be explaining what that means. And then we've got three cards here going on, the debt saving investment card, the glass ceiling breakthrough card, and the financial sensitivity scale card. All of this, Spirit Team is very clear. All of this is happening on Thursday, August 22nd. And if you remember my perspective for the entire week, Spirit Team was saying today, Thursday, August the 22nd, is a very, very important gateway day for some reason. And I want you to see this. We have just come off a ton of Schumann's again. And look at that. 89. We had an 89. Like the highs have been 75 to 78. 89, folks. So this is really high vibration that we're coming off of. Doing this gateway, the sun has been active, but we're not really getting any solar flares off of it. And the other thing going on today, astrologically, Venus squaring Mars and Jupiter squaring Saturn retrograde. We're dealing with Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces with all of this. And Spirit Team is saying the message that they have for us, they're like, Dana, you're looking right at it. And I kind of feel like I'm looking right at it and not seeing it. So we're all going to walk through this together. I'm going to channel this out, and you infer or pick up whatever it is that you need to about the message and the money. I can feel it right now. Spirit Team is saying today is a huge day. It might not feel like it, but it cannot be overlooked. And I think it has to do with this whole thing about multiplying points. We are leaving a transactional money system. We are leaving a transactional money system and moving into a transformational money system. And when you're moving from a transactional money systems have to do with things being a one-for-one transaction. And now we're moving into a transformational money system where you do one thing and have it multiply many, many, many times over. And I think for some reason, that's what we're looking at with the astrology, something going on cosmically today with this day coming off of this whole big Schumann's pulse thing that's going on. And I can hear Spirit Team. They want me to come back and talk about that transactional to transformational multiplying point. So the whole idea that they want to talk about is that quintessential place where you're in the releasing and receiving and receiving and releasing of money. Now, if I slow it down, if we slow a transaction down, think about it. When you are at a retail space, you are handing money over to receive goods and services, or at your place of employment or in your business, you're providing service or product and receiving the money. And at that quintessential place of the release, receive, release, that's a very transcendental place. And I talk about this in my book, and I'll put the page number down on the screen. When I talk about it in my book, there's this moment in a transaction where no one holds anything. Like the money is being released, the goods and services are being released, and it all hangs in this transcendental moment where the universe holds it. The universe holds it, people, and that's where the universal clockwork is happening. And Spirit Team is saying, if like from what I can pick up from them, Spirit Team is saying we have been locked into a one-to-one transactional concept of money. Like, you do this, I give you this, you get this. And Spirit Team wants us to begin, today's the day, today is a gateway day to begin to conceptualize that more as a transformational place where you might be holding presence there, you might be creating a transaction, but it's like you do one thing and it actually turns into multiples. Okay. And as it's turning into multiples, that's where this debt savings investment card comes in, because they're saying this is where your multiples could turn into debt, more debt, or this is where your multiples can multiply into savings. This is where your multiples could multiply into investing. They want us focusing on the one thing that we do that turns into multiples without us having to do any extra work. They're saying that's the whole point. And I've got a visual that I'm looking at right out my window. So I'm going to bear with me because I want to show you something that I'm looking straight at. So see how the stem comes up and all those beautiful, wonderful things that happen inside of a flower to create a bloom like this. Well, look at this. Spirit Team is basically saying, look at the singular stem that turns into the multiples of petals. Like, that's the visual that I can give you this morning that kind of like exemplifies this whole thing. A singular stem of support, some beautiful things that happen in transformation inside the bud, that kind of thing as it's being created, and then this whole transformational multiplying effect of this abundance of petals in the rose. And so there's this thing coming through from Spirit World right now of today being a change agent day, a kind of a gateway day where we're able to turn this conceptually from this idea of singular transaction points into transformational release and receive with the universal clockwork, so to speak, that begins to create glass ceiling breakthroughs for us. That's the whole point of this thing. It's this whole idea of not working so hard to have things multiply in a really, really good, wonderful way. Now, there was a third card that came through on this that was very interesting, and it's the financial sensitivity scale card. It's like how sensitive are you in your life, and then how sensitive are you to your finances. One of the things that Spirit Team is saying, for you to get this, for you to understand this, you're going to need to be a little bit more sensitive to how you are functioning with your money. And that goes back to your presence practice. So that's what I've got for you today. A couple things. If you want to get involved with your own internal process with Somatic Money, you need to go sign up for my Somatic Money Starter Kit. I've got my book, which has got some great things in it that you can read. And I'm getting a weekly Somatic Money group going that's beginning to be underway if you want to join us on that. So I've got several different ways that you can begin to participate with Somatic Money and begin to get the process going in your life so that you can begin to do some more wonderful things with your money relationship. Okay, be sure to like, comment, follow, and I will see you in the next video.